Hello friends, welcome to our Kids Adventure Stories channel. My name is Tony the Brave Little Ant. Once upon a time, in a bustling anthill deep in the forest, lived a small ant named Tony. Tony was smaller than the other ants and often felt overlooked. But Tony had a big heart and a brave spirit. One sunny morning, the queen ant called for a meeting. "We need to gather food for the coming winter," she announced. "But we must be careful of the giant spider that has made its web near our food supply." All the ants shivered at the thought of the giant spider, except for Tony. He wanted to help his colony and prove that even a small ant could make a big difference. Tony decided to volunteer. "I'll go and find a safe path to the food," he said. The other ants looked at him in surprise, but the queen nodded and said, "Be careful, Tony." Tony set off on his adventure, feeling a mix of excitement and fear. As he approached the area where the food was stored, he saw the giant spider's web glistening in the sunlight. Tony knew he had to be clever and brave. He took a deep breath and thought about what he could do. Tony noticed a small crack in the ground that led under the web. It was a tight fit, but Tony was small and determined. He squeezed through the crack and emerged on the other side, right where the food was. Tony quickly gathered as much food as he could carry and made his way back through the crack. He returned to the anthill triumphantly and showed the other ants the safe path he had discovered. The queen and all the ants cheered for Tony. "You have shown us that even the smallest ant can do great things," the queen said proudly. "Your bravery and cleverness have saved us from danger and ensured we have enough food." The little ant who inspired his entire colony. And Tony learned that no matter how small you are, you can achieve great things with courage and determination. So, my little friends, no matter how small you are or how big the challenges may seem, bravery and cleverness can help you achieve great things. Like Tony, you can inspire others and make a big difference. Today's Our Story name is A False Crocodile and His Lesson. Once upon a time, in a lush jungle full of vibrant life, lived a crocodile named Colin. Colin wasn't like other crocodiles. He loved to play tricks on his friends. He would pretend to be hurt to get attention or scare the smaller animals for fun. The jungle animals were getting tired of Colin's tricks, but he just laughed and continued his pranks. One sunny day, Colin decided to play a trick on Daisy the duck. He floated in the river, pretending to be a log. When Daisy came close, thinking it was safe to rest, Colin suddenly roared and splashed. Daisy flapped her wings in fright and flew away, quacking in alarm. "That was hilarious," Colin laughed to himself, but Daisy was not amused. "Colin, your tricks are not funny. You scared me," she said, upset. Colin shrugged and swam away, not feeling any remorse. He decided to continue his pranks with the other animals. Next, he tried to scare Freddy the fish by pretending to be a harmless rock, and then he tried to trick Leo the lion cub by mimicking the sound of their favourite prey. But no one found his tricks funny anymore. They were all tired of his antics and started avoiding him. One day, while Colin was basking in the sun, he saw a group of animals gathered by the riverbank. They were all looking worried. Colin's curiosity got the better of him, and he swam over to see what was happening. "What's wrong?" Colin asked, genuinely concerned for the first time. "It's Ella, the elephant calf," said Mia the monkey. "She's stuck in the mud and we can't pull her out." Colin saw Ella struggling and realized that this was serious. He wanted to help, but the animals didn't trust him anymore because of his tricks. They were hesitant to let him get close to Ella. "Please, let me help," Colin pleaded. "I promise I won't play any tricks." The animals reluctantly agreed, and Colin used his strong tail to dig around Ella and create a path for her to get out. With his help and the teamwork of all the animals, they managed to free Ella from the mud. "Thank you, Colin," Ella said, grateful and exhausted. Colin felt a warmth in his heart that he had never felt before. Helping his friends felt much better than tricking them. From that day on, Colin decided to change his ways. He apologised to Daisy, Freddie, Leo, and all the other animals for his pranks and promised to be a better friend. The jungle became a happier place, and Colin was no longer a false crocodile. He was now known as Colin the Caring Crocodile, always ready to lend a helping hand or tail to his friends. So, my little friends, the story concludes with a message about the importance of honesty and kindness. By being truthful and considerate, we can build strong and trusting friendships. Thanks for watching our story. Snake and the Clever Sparrow. Once upon a time, in a peaceful forest, there was a clever sparrow named Stella. Stella lived high in the branches of an old oak tree where she had built a cozy nest. She loved her home and took great care to keep it safe for her soon-to-be hatched eggs. However, there was also a cruel snake named Slither who roamed the forest. Slither enjoyed causing trouble for the other animals, and he especially liked sneaking up to nests to steal eggs. All the birds were afraid of Slither, but Stella was determined to protect her nest. One sunny morning, as Stella was out gathering food, she noticed Slither slithering towards her tree. Her heart pounded with fear, but she quickly formulated a plan to outsmart the snake. Stella flew back to her nest and pretended not to see Slither. She sang a sweet song, as if she didn't have a care in the world. Slither, thinking he had found an easy target, climbed up the tree and approached the nest. "Hello, little sparrow," hissed Slither with a sly smile. "Such beautiful eggs you have. I think I'll take them for myself." Stella, keeping her cool, replied, "Oh, Slither, you are so clever and strong. But before you take my eggs, would you like to hear a story about a great treasure hidden in the forest?" Slither's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "A treasure, you say? Tell me more." Stella nodded and began her tale. "There is a legend of a hidden treasure buried under the old willow tree by the river. It's filled with golden seeds and the sweetest berries. But to find it, you need to solve a riddle." Intrigued, Slither asked, "What is the riddle?" Stella recited the riddle. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?" Slither was puzzled. He thought hard, but couldn't solve the riddle. Seeing his confusion, Stella offered a deal. "If you let my eggs be, I'll give you a hint." Desperate to find the treasure, Slither agreed. Stella then gave him a clue. "You can find the answer in the whisper of the leaves." Slither, eager to find the treasure, slithered off to the willow tree, leaving Stella and her eggs unharmed. As he searched and searched, he realized he had been tricked, but by then, he was too far away to return to the oak tree. Stella watched from her nest as Slither disappeared into the distance. She breathed a sigh of relief, knowing her eggs were safe. The other birds in the forest cheered for Stella's cleverness and bravery. From that day on, Stella was known as the clever sparrow who outwitted the cruel snake, and Slither, having learned a lesson, never bothered the nests again. So my little friends, with cleverness and quick thinking, even the smallest creatures can protect themselves from harm. Bravery and wit can outsmart cruelty and danger. Don't forget to like, Today's our story name is The Lazy Monkey. Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush jungle, there lived a monkey named Max. Max was known far and wide as the laziest monkey in the entire jungle. While all the other animals were busy gathering food and building their homes, Max spent his days lounging in the trees, napping and munching on bananas. One sunny day, Max's friend Tina the turtle came by. She was carrying a large pile of leaves to build her nest. "Max," Tina called, "why don't you help me gather leaves? It's more fun when we work together." Max yawned and replied, "Why work when I can relax and enjoy my day? You'll see, Tina, I'll be just fine without all that hard work." A few days later, a terrible storm hit the jungle. The wind howled, the rain poured, and the trees swayed dangerously. All the animals rushed to their safe, sturdy homes. Tina's nest of leaves kept her warm and dry. But Max, who had done nothing to prepare, found himself shivering and soaking wet on a bare tree branch. When the storm finally passed, Max was cold, hungry, and miserable. He decided to visit Tina. "Tina," Max said, "I see now that being lazy has made me unhappy. I want to change and be more like you. Can you help me?" Tina smiled warmly. "Of course, Max. It's never too late to learn. Let's gather some leaves and build you a cozy nest." From that day on, Max worked hard alongside his friends. He discovered that helping others and being prepared brought him joy and satisfaction. Max was no longer the lazy monkey. Instead, he became known as the most helpful and hard-working monkey in the jungle. So, my little friends, hard work and preparation are essential for a happy and secure life. Helping others and being industrious brings more joy than laziness. Today's story is The Great Father Leo and Son. In the heart of the great forest lived a majestic lion named Leo, known as the Great Father. Leo was the wise and compassionate leader of all the animals. He ruled with kindness, always ensuring that the forest remained a safe and happy place for everyone. Leo had a young son named Leo Jr., who admired his father greatly. Leo Jr. dreamed of one day becoming a leader like his father, but he often doubted himself. He was smaller and less experienced, and he wondered if he would ever be as wise and strong as his father. One sunny morning, Leo Jr. approached his father. "Father, how can I become a great leader like you?" he asked, his eyes full of hope. Leo smiled warmly at his son. "Leadership isn't about being the biggest or the strongest, my son. It's about being wise, kind, and brave. It's about caring for others and making good decisions. Today I have a special task for you that will help you understand what it means to be a great leader." Leo took Leo Jr. to the edge of the forest, where a large tree had fallen, blocking the path to the river. The animals were struggling to get to the water, and they looked to Leo for help. "Son," Leo said, "I want you to lead the animals and find a way to clear this path. Remember, a great leader listens to others and works together with them." Leo Jr. felt nervous but determined. He approached the animals and said, "We need to work together to move this tree. Let's gather everyone and use our combined strength." The animals, trusting Leo Jr., followed his lead. The elephants used their trunks to lift the heavy branches, the beavers gnawed through the wood, and the birds flew around, giving directions. Leo Jr. worked alongside them, encouraging and helping wherever he could. As they worked, Leo Jr. noticed a group of small animals struggling to help. He remembered his father's words about kindness and wisdom. He gathered the smaller animals and said, "You can help by clearing the smaller branches and debris. Every little bit counts." With everyone working together, the path was soon cleared. The animals cheered and praised Leo Jr. for his leadership. Leo watched from a distance, his heart swelling with pride. "You did well, my son," Leo said as he approached. "You showed wisdom, kindness, and bravery. You listened to others and worked together with them. That is what makes a great leader." Leo Jr. smiled, feeling more confident than ever. "Thank you, Father. I understand now. Being a great leader is about helping others and working as a team." From that day on, Leo Jr. continued to learn and grow, always guided by his father's wisdom. The animals of the great forest respected and admired him, knowing that one day he would be a great leader just like his father. Thanks for watching our story, and if you have not subscribed our channel, so please subscribe and hit the bell icon